I want you all to imagine this for a moment. You are a chartered accountant and you walk into work and your boss says, "Today, we need you to design a bridge and a dam." Or suppose you are an engineer and you were asked to perform a heart surgery. Sounds absurd, completely unrealistic, but this is exactly what we expect from our sanitation workers in India every single day. Most of our sanitation workers never been to schools. They never formally trained. Yet, we expect them to cover thousands of households, that too in a segregated manner, and keep our city clean. What will happen when we expect something impossible to someone without giving them proper training, tools, or support? Failure, right? So I guess you all can understand the reason why our streets are dirty, why segregation is not taking place. And this is the sad part. At the right side, you can see there's a mountain. This mountain is made up of waste. And to be honest, it is very dangerous for all of us. And unfortunately, all of our Indian cities have these mountains. For me, this story begins much earlier. As a child, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know what I would be doing. Also, I didn't know how I would be doing. But I grew up watching people at the bottom of the pyramid struggle at their workplace. And I always questioned myself why we can't do anything for them. And that question always remained with me. In 2014, during the launch of Swachh Bharat Mission, my college, by an accident, chose me as a leader to lead their 30-day campaign till October 2nd. Before that day, waste was invisible to me. But once I was in charge, I read about it and I thought I need some support. So I reached out to my classmates for help. And to my surprise, more than 50 people volunteered. And together, we started cleanliness drive, first inside the campus and then at the different part of the city. We also prepare a half marathon to raise awareness. After those 30 days, I couldn't just unsee it. Waste was everywhere. I knew I really wanted to solve this. And after graduation, I teamed up with my college friend Abhinav, now my co-founder, and we started brainstorming solutions. We spoke to authorities, citizens, sanitation workers, and we realized that waste management is a huge complex problem. And the most and the major and the first step, that is waste collection, is the most critical one. Now for us, we are very clear with the major problem, and we were curious how we can actually support workers so that they can collect waste smoothly. So we decided to test. We took one area, about 1,000 households, and for next 7 days, I myself joined the workers during collection just to understand the waste collection patterns. And what I found is this. So this blue line shows the covered area. What about the leftover area? It remained untouched. So now just imagine, at the end of every street, the worker need to make decision whether they should go straight, turn left, or turn right. And they just not need to take only one decision, they need to take more than 100 such decisions. Sounds complicated? On the top of that, they do not have a view like this when they are on ground. Despite hours of work, the workers could only cover 60 to 80% of the households. And that was the moment we thought we should dip deeper. So we took an area of about 1,000 households. I conducted a detailed survey marking all the households and commercials into a map, and I personally started guiding sanitation workers. Suddenly, efficiency increased from 60% to 85%. For next 4-5 days, the results stayed consistent. I thought I have cracked it. But then I asked sanitation workers to follow the similar process by their own. And then what we found, the collection efficiency again dropped down to 60-70%. Despite multiple training sessions, me explaining again and again how we together achieved 85%, there was no change in the performance. And that was the real aha moment for us. We thought, if I could guide them, why couldn't technology do the same? But in a smarter and a scalable way. So we developed an app for our sanitation workers, just like any cab booking app, but for waste collection. It guided sanitation workers to every households and commercial units. It was made in their local language, and we trained them to use it and waited for the results. In next few days, we found collection efficiency reached to 90%. So the right side image was the actual image. And that small win was a motivation for us. We thought if it could work in one locality, maybe it could work for the entire city. And for the next 1 year, we started putting all our energy to developing this particular system so that we can solve the situation for the entire city. Then, once we developed this situation, we found many problems. So we trained sanitation workers again and again. We tried and tested our solution to multiple streets, narrow lanes, crowded areas, residential colonies. We collected feedback and improved our solution. It felt like dream coming true. This was my childhood dream was taking shape, and it felt like I am unstoppable. We can do anything and nothing is going to stop us. And on the day of our actual operations, the workers striked. On the day of our actual operations, the worker striked and they flatly refused to use our platform. We called them, we pleaded them, but they were not ready. They wanted to continue the same old way. And the funny part is, for an year, we developed the software, app, map, algorithm, but the biggest problem was not the software bug. It's the people who just simply refuse to use our platform. That very moment was very disappointing. We spent sleepless nights, gave up our weekends, and we thought this could change entire process of waste management for the city. But suddenly, it looks like all of our hard work collapsed in just one morning. But the entrepreneur inside me was not ready to give up. I asked myself, if they are resisting, there could be some reason. Instead of fighting their resistance, let's understand them. And then we thought, let them continue the way they want to do. And we announced incentives for people who would like to volunteer by using our technology. A handful of people volunteered. But in next few days, their efficiency crossed 90%. That was, the first motivation for us, and we thought we should celebrate this. So these are the heroes who volunteered, and you can see the green area is the covered area. Almost everybody covered more than 90%. But story doesn't stop here. Our sanitation workers became the biggest contributor in our system. They asked, can I see our salaries on the platform? Can we see our performance in real time on the app? Can we just click photographs if any area is blocked? We listened and built all those solutions. And then salaries become transparent. Workers can see their work in real time. And this made them actually owner of the system. On any day, if they work less than 95%, they immediately commit. So tomorrow, I would definitely cover more than 95% the very next day. For last 6 years, we are working with more than 97% efficiency. Today, we operate in more than 25 cities across multiple states. We have provided dignified jobs to more than 1,500 workers, providing services to more than 40 lakh people in India. And our real heroes are our workers only. We started with waste collection, but we have bigger dreams. We wanted to create 100 zero waste cities in next 5 years using AI and advanced recycling technologies. So now my question to you all, can technology serve the underserved? The answer is only partly. The fact is, sanitation workers are putting all their efforts to clean our mother earth clean every day. But do we as a society are putting our part correctly? Do we support them? Very often, we call them, we disrespect them, we call them as kachrewala. Despite the fact they are the actual Swachhta warriors, cleanliness heroes. We hardly bother to segregate our waste. We hardly bother to clean our streets. We want to keep our home clean, but very easily, very comfortably, we want to keep the problem outside our door. And that's the reason we have mountains of waste. But if we really want to support our sanitation workers, we need to change. If you remember my story, where sanitation workers refused to use the platform, the reason was they did not understand the value. Aren't we the same? We are not understanding the value of segregating waste. We are the reason why mountains of waste are creating in every city. So, if we want to change this, we need to take steps. And if we all commit towards ourselves, our nation, our mother earth, trust me, very soon, India will not only manage its waste, India will become world leader in waste management. And that's my vision. Thank you.